Good afternoon, judges.
My name is Oceana.
And I'm Bridget.
And today we will be responding to your questions about our project called
The Truth Behind Organic and Artificial.
We hope you enjoyed learning the shocking truth
that you might think is a lie.
The title of our project is very tied to our project as a whole. The meaning behind it is viewing what the internet claims is true, more specifically, being organic is a healthier lifestyle than not. Then taking that information to put it to the test, to see the real truth behind organic and artificial, and the truth behind those words.
So the reason we chose this project is because during the months leading up to Science Fair, we observed major publicity surrounding the organic, vegan, and plant-based lifestyle portrayed in social media by many companies and influencers. This then led us to the thought of what if it's all built off a lie? What could we do to test these accusations and see what's really best for humans, but not only for humans, but for our loved domesticated animals? We want to see what really is the best lifestyle to give them, as with the communication barrier, it's not that easy. We can't just go up to our pet and loved animal and just ask them, hey, how are you feeling today?
The main purpose of our project was along the lines of what we stated earlier in our response. We wanted to see if the more expensive, organic lifestyle is the way to go when compared to the non-organic, more affordable lifestyle. We as well realized that the same would apply to our loved domesticated animals. And so that is what led us to seeing what really is the best way to keep your domesticated animal healthy, being organic or the common artificial.
So before we started our experiment, we obviously had to start with our procedure. The first step of our procedure was obtaining our information, which we did through our background research from many different websites and informative videos. We had about 30 pages or so of background because taking care and observing hamsters' emotions and behavior are not so easy, not even mentioning having to research the types of mold grown when we put the samples of feces and food into the petri dishes. We then planned out how we were going to do our testing and what we were going to test to see the best results of what the food and the environment they were in would give us the best results of. We then purchased our hamsters and all the necessary items of their given group. So for example, for the organic food, and for the non-organic one, the non-organic food. We then started our testing to see the real truth behind these accusations and to see if we can prove the theory wrong.
The main problem we encountered was wishing we started our project sooner or continued it longer, as seeing the long-term effects on our hamsters would have a big effect on our results. We managed to work around this issue by substituting some of our testing for mold testing, where we put the food and feces under petri dishes and observed the amount and types it has grown.
So for our results, what we predicted would happen with our hamsters was actually not supported. Alternatively, the unexpected occurred, proving that neither the publicity surrounding the organic products nor the overpricing of it all will ever beat the more affordable non-organic version. So the hamster that was consuming and living in the non-organic environment behaved the same, consumed the same amount of food, and came out of the burrow at relatively the same time as the organic one. They were also both equally active and aggressive as each other. The hamsters ended at relatively the same healthy weight and same appearance. This concludes that there is no difference in the lifestyles, and what we are told to believe is in fact a lie.
Our project can be used by many people in the real world. For example, pet owners can use our results in many ways. If they're thinking about purchasing a domesticated animal or thinking about changing the diet of their domesticated animal, they can look at our results and see what they think is best for their animal and see what their animal lifestyle could look like.
Another example of people that could use our results in the real world are pet store owners. For example, when hamsters are purchased, they are stored in little enclosures on shelves, which are usually not too color coordinated and not too appealing to the eye. The pet store owners, or the people that control the enclosures, could then decide what aesthetic they want to display for purchasing and what they think would be best fit for retail. The reason the color coordination and the colors of the enclosures would be best for retail is, let's say you're thinking about the generation of the people that are going to buy it. Are you aiming your retail purposes to a younger generation of little kids or an older generation of teenagers? A teenager might prefer a natural habitat and natural enclosure, which consists of browns and greens and kind of neutral colors. But whether a younger generation, so a little kid, might want like a big, colorful pop of color in their room with pinks and reds and purples and oranges and greens and yellows, that would be a beautiful little thing that a kid would enjoy. This project shows that no matter what color you have, it will all be useful for either ways and won't affect their health in a bad way or good way. It will just keep them healthy all day long.
There are many ways and things we can do to continue our project, whether that be testing the results further or testing different things with the results we have already found. We could also try this experiment on different domesticated animals to see if the results differ. We could try this experiment with different genders of hamsters, so using females instead of males, or trying different breeds of hamsters, so using robo hamster or dwarf hamster.
For our scientific method, we started by asking a question, which was the popularity for an expensive, vegan, plant-based, organic lifestyle really better than the more affordable, more common, non-organic one? We then did our background research to support our hypothesis, including about the ingredients in the food, how they behave well in different nutrition, and how they display their emotion. After that, we constructed our hypothesis. We predicted the organic domesticated animal would have a better temper with us, have more energy, look healthier physically, and consume more food on a daily basis. We then tested our hypothesis with some experiments. We started by leaving our domesticated animals in their given enclosures with their given food source for 6 weeks with the same amount of interaction and the same things in their enclosures. So one would have an organic wheel and one would have a non-organic wheel, etc. As well as we tested their pellets and their feces in little samples and petri dishes and tracked the mold and bacteria growth over the time, researched them, and all that. We then collected and analyzed our data to come to a conclusion of our experiments surprisingly proving our hypothesis wrong. There is no difference in the two lifestyles. They are solely based off aesthetics. The internet really wants us to believe things that are in fact not impeccable.
Thank you so much for taking the time to look at our presentation.
We hope you enjoyed learning about our presentation, and we hope you now know the shocking real truth behind organic and artificial. Have a great day.